talking with Jeff Sullivan of LookoutLanding.com, and your manager was fired earlier this year, Don Wakamatsu. I always have trouble pronouncing that name, but I think I got it right.
Uh-huh.
Is that the right way? Well,
yeah, you nailed it.
His name has been coming up in some rumors about replacing Cito Gaston, because as everyone knows, this is his last season behind the bench in Toronto. What can you tell us about him?
I can tell you that he didn't get fired because he was, the circumstances around his firing basically came down to he didn't handle Ken Griffey Jr.'s struggles very well. There was poor communication between the manager and an icon, and with somebody like Griffey, you just know the players are going to side with him over their manager. I mean, this is Ken Griffey Jr., he's an icon.
Mm-hmm.
So he, last year, when things were going well with Seattle, he practically served as a second manager in the dugout.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, things went poorly. Wakamatsu dropped him in the lineup, took him out of the lineup. Griffey didn't like it. Things turned sour at that point. The season was already bad. So, yeah, Griffey mad at Wakamatsu. Poor communication. Then there was some incidents with Sean Figgins and Wakamatsu, Ian Snell and Wakamatsu. Things spiraled out of control. It mostly happened because of Griffey. I'm not blaming Griffey for this, but it was a one-time situation. Wakamatsu was a very good baseball man with your standard managerial drawbacks. I mean, everybody thinks the manager sucks at strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody agrees that Wakamatsu will have a good job again very soon, and I think I have no reason to believe he'd be a bad hire for Toronto.
Well, you didn't build him up too much by the way you described his exit there. But
it was. I feel like it was pretty much out of his control. Once he lost the players because of Griffey, there was no getting them back. But
we've already had our fair share of managerial and player rifts when we had John Gibbons as our manager. I don't know if we need any more.
I don't think the Blue Jays have anybody quite like Ken Griffey Jr. with that kind of significance.
Jose Bautista, man. Jose Bautista.
Jose Bautista isn't... I mean, unless the Blue Jays, I don't know, brought back Pat Hennigan or something, and then he got into a riff with Wakamatsu. I don't know. I feel like he would be fine. He's most definitely a player's manager.
If he ends up coming.
There's
no guarantee that he's even coming yet. He's just been a name that's been thrown around.
But, I mean, we might as well talk about him instead of David Pauly and Luke French, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It could be interesting. I think if the Blue Jays were to hire him, the question would be inexperience because he's only managed for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a good guy. He's a good manager. I don't see any reason he couldn't succeed with somebody else.